about making a video about trials because I seem to be sunk into the midst of the trials. And I read on your Facebook everybody, I get notifications for everybody or something. So there's 1,000 people on my Facebook. Maybe I whittled it down to 800. But I get posts about people, all kinds of crisis in people's lives. And I don't think it matters what the crisis is exactly. Sometimes it's just maybe change that becomes a crisis. They do say how that list of stressors that change, whether it's marriage or divorce or moving or illness in the family or death of a loved one or millions of things, right? They're all on there. So a lot of those are change that are coupled with emotion. So when you're in the midst of them all, it's pretty hard to get outside of it and see it all for what it is. You're kind of swallowed up right in the middle of it. You're hooked right in with your emotions for the people involved, for yourself, for anybody that's affected. And then it affects your health too. You see these movies where somebody hears of a catastrophe in somebody else's life and they have a heart attack. Right? Or too many problems and then they have a nervous breakdown. But often when life gets so full of problems, so full of situations and things that need your attention, full to the brim, I forget about praying, which is when the time is when I need to pray. I was thinking this morning about scripture. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths for good. There's a scripture somewhere that says that the Lord won't give you more than you can handle. You must think I'm a very strong person. But, it's not really about me. I guess things that are about me would be personal pain. Like physical pain, that would be about me. But loss of conveniences like plumbing or money that goes after paying for all this stuff. Loss of those things. I guess I'm going a little slow. Loss of those things is not about really about me. I guess it is. It's about my ability to accept the new situation, right? This is the new situation, right? Like January, seems like I keep going way the farther back now. January gets farther away. But January was about a crisis and being away from home, trying to be useful. February was still about that part of the time, but then, look at the baby lambs. February was about the house. about plumbing. We broke all the ice off of the porch. It was quite deep. It was snow with layers of ice in it. About a foot deep, maybe a foot and a half. Anyway, melted the whole thing, flushed it down the toilet. It was very useful. It was inconvenient, but it was okay. And then the plumbing started to get repaired. Then it was about getting up really early to be awake when the plumbers or electrician came. Ooh, it had to involve the electrician because the plumbing included the broken hot water heater. Everything broke. The whole house broke. And then the insurance making demands that if they were going to pay for this other stuff, then we had to do some stuff. And what they paid for is not everything. It seemed like a lot at the time. Floors, the ceiling, and broken pipes. Lots of broken pipes all throughout the house, upstairs and down. But then there were other things that were wrong. Anyway. So part of that was not just dealing with, like, it was not really my feelings about it, but trying to stay on top of the needs and the actual requirements from me. Trying to stay on top of what I needed to have in the house for them to work. I needed heaters in the house. I needed all these different things. For all the rooms, and then there were wires that had to be fished. Anyway, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths for good. Well, so the Lord has had a hand in all this. We could have avoided everything if we had stayed home and tended the wood stove. We could have avoided all the plumbing problems and some of the electrical problems. Emergency. This is just a test. And I remain loving and obedient to the commandments in spite of my trials. I guess I'm only going 70. I'm 80, so I think I'll pull over. You know, waking up in the night, not being able to sleep, lying there for hours, thinking about things that you have no control over. Really, you have no control over these things. Things that are happening in other people's lives, really you have no control. You can reach out a hand to help. But as a mother, you want to fix everything, right? Fix it, fix it, fix it. Let's make it all better. You have a boo-boo, you fell off your bike, I can fix that. Your bike doesn't work, I can fix that. You're hungry, I can fix that. You need to ride to school, I can fix that. You can't find your homework, you need help with your homework. Excuse me. None of it is really about me. I think that's why I've been holed up in our bedroom watching episodes of The Guardian. The Guardian is kind of sad. It's not a real happy video. A happy, cheerful, laughing kind of thing. Maybe something that's really happy and laughing without being immoral. It's kind of hard to find. So what I'm doing in the car now is taking back taps and a basin that goes on top of the counter. I think I'll just get a sink that goes under in the counter. And these taps don't work for what I need, I don't think. So, doubt not, fear not. Now look unto God in every deed, in every thought, doubt not, fear not. I believe the Lord sent the deer to me. I believe He sent them to me to comfort me. Why do I need comfort? Why would I need comfort? Nothing's really wrong in my life. Like, I take pain pills if I'm in pain. I have a wonderful husband that loves me. I guess I need comfort when I am watching the pain and difficulty of others. I guess it's hard to see people suffering. And then there's the fear. What if they do this? You know, where's that come from? What's that about? Well, should I have fear for people? No. I mean, the Lord loves them. The Lord watches over them. %99 of the things you worry about don't happen. This is a very miserable video, isn't it? And too long, too. I'm just trying to make sense of everything. Put my head back on straight. Sunny day. I like to go for a walk sometimes. If it's not cold. -3. It's not too cold, I guess, but it feels raw when it's this close to the freezing point. It's almost the end of March. I think it's the 30th of March now, or something like that. Well, it would say on my phone. March 31st. It's the last day of March. And we still have tons of snow. Look at all that snow. We have lots of snow. Anyway, so those are my thoughts. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, doubt not, fear not. Just how do you do that? Well, I guess I'm working on it. I have this thing here for the camera. That's interesting. There we go now. Is that where I want it? No, I think I want it up here.
Goodbye.